तरह से जैसे सूर्य उदय होने पर तारे छुप जाते हैं और अंधकार समाप्त हो जाता है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi says development of Haryana and changing lives of its people has always been a priority. Addresses poll rally at Faridabad. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi also campaigns in Haryana. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval says terrorism has become state policy of Pakistan. Addressing National Conference of ATS and STF in New Delhi, Doval says it is very important to fight the support system of terrorism to combat it. DG NIA says there is 90% conviction rate in cases probed by NIA. In a major step towards bringing normalcy back in Jammu and Kashmir, postpaid mobile services restored from today across the state. Services restored in all 10 districts of Kashmir. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says the process of banks merger is going on very smoothly. Addressing the media after meeting CEOs of public sector banks, Finance Minister says the government has worked on many fronts like GST, IBC, use of Aadhaar for last mile connection. On the issue of PMC bank scam, Minister says RBI Governor has assured that interests of consumers will be protected. Petroleum Minister Dharmendra Pradhan urges Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and GST Council to make a beginning by bringing aviation turbine fuel and natural gas under the ambit of the goods and services tax. King of Netherlands Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi. The royal couple accorded ceremonial reception at Rashtrapati Bhavan. Indian origin economist Abhijit Banerjee wins 2019 Nobel Prize for Economics, jointly awarded with Esther Duflo and Michael Kremer for the trio's experimental approach to alleviating global poverty. In sports, former India captain Sourav Ganguly, front-runner for BCCI's president's post. Ganguly files his nomination for the top BCCI post. Hello and welcome. You're watching DD News and DD India with me, Munmun Bhattacharya. Let's get started with the top story. Political parties geared up as campaigning for assembly elections in Haryana entered the last stage. Addressing a public rally in Ballabgarh, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that the trust and enthusiasm of the people is the result that India is taking bold decisions like on Article 370.
ये हरियाणा की पूरे देश की भावना थी कि जम्मू कश्मीर के अलगाव और हिंसा से निकालकर सद्भाव और सशक्तिकरण की तरफ ले जाया जाए। आज जम्मू कश्मीर और लद्दाख विकास और विश्वास के एक नए रास्ते पर चल पड़ा है। इसका श्रेय आप 130 करोड़ देशवासियों को जाता है, हिंदुस्तान के मतदाताओं को जाता है कि आपने कमल पे बटन दबाया और मुझे ये ताकत मिली है आपके सपने पूरे करने की।
PM Modi said that Article 370 was a big hurdle in the way of providing equal opportunities to all citizens of the country in Kashmir. He said that the Valmiki Samaj was also bearing the brunt of this injustice. PM said that abrogation of Article 370 has provided equal opportunities to all sections of society.
दलितों को गुमराह करने वालों को पूछना चाहता हूं, वाल्मीकि समाज को उकसाने के लिए झूठ का सहारा लेने वालों से मैं पूछना चाहता हूं कि जम्मू कश्मीर की धरती पर मेरे जो वाल्मीकि भाई बहन रहते थे, अगर उनका बेटा ग्रेजुएट हो जाए, डबल ग्रेजुएट हो जाए, इंजीनियर हो जाए, लेकिन वाल्मीकि परिवार के बेटों को जम्मू कश्मीर सरकार में उसके हक की नौकरी भी नहीं दी जाती थी। और कारण क्या था? कारण 370 था, 35A था।
Political parties geared up as campaigning for assembly elections entered the last stage. Addressing a public rally in Maharashtra's Nandurbar, BJP's National Working President JP Nadda said that both the central and state governments are working for the welfare of farmers. He also said that Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has waived off loans worth 17,000 crore rupees and has contributed 50,000 crore rupees to the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana.
किसानों की बात करूं तो जितना काम मोदी जी और देवेंद्र फडणवीस ने किया है उतना किसी ने आज तक नहीं किया। प्रधानमंत्री किसान सम्मान निधि, कभी सोचा था कि किसान को, और किसान की संख्या कितनी है? 14.5 करोड़। 14.5 करोड़ किसानों को 6,000 रुपए प्रति साल के हिसाब से प्रधानमंत्री किसान सम्मान योजना के तहत पैसे उनको पहुंचाए गए। और कैसे पहुंचाए गए? सीधे खाते में पहुंचाए गए। इतना ही नहीं, देवेंद्र फडणवीस ने 17,000 करोड़ रुपए का पारदर्शी तरीके से ऋण माफी की और 50,000 करोड़ रुपए उन्होंने सम्मान निधि में अपना सहयोग किया। इस बात को हमको समझना चाहिए।
Meanwhile, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi addressed an election rally in Nuh of Haryana. Rahul Gandhi said that if voted to power, the Congress party would take a number of steps for development of the state. He said construction of Gurgaon Alwar rail line and upgrading new engineering college into university would be the Congress government's priority.
आपके 3-4 मुद्दे हैं, यहाँ पे मेरे सामने लिखे हुए हैं। पहला मुद्दा गुड़गांव से अलवर की रेलवे लाइन, दूसरा न्यू इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज को यूनिवर्सिटी का दर्जा देना, तीसरा कोटला लेक एक्सपेंशन और चौथा मेवात कैनाल। मैं आपको यहां झूठे वायदे करने नहीं आया हूं, मगर मैं आपको डायरेक्ट सीधा बोल रहा हूं, हरियाणा में कांग्रेस पार्टी की सरकार बनी तो ये काम चारों हो जाएंगे।
National Security Advisor Ajit Doval has stressed on the need to fight the ideology of terrorists to defeat them. He was addressing the National Investigation Agency's National Conference of Chiefs of Anti-Terrorism Squads and Special Task Forces in New Delhi. The NSA said that terrorism is not a new thing. He credited the NIA for being able to contain terror activities in the country.
The first and the most vital is to know who is the terrorist. What is he planning? Who are his targets? Where is he getting his weapons? Where is he stored them? Who is giving them money? Who are their overground supporters? Which are the countries, if at all there are any foreign sponsored terrorism? And we know that today terrorism is one of the phenomena that is supported and gets its support and sustenance from the sources abroad. So it is very important first to know.
Doval said that terrorism is finding support from outside the country. He said Pakistan has been using terrorism as part of state policy.
Say, if in some place the police is supporting an underworld man, how difficult it becomes to handle it. It becomes a very great challenge. Or somebody powerfully supporting. When some powerful people start supporting, a state starts supporting the criminals. And some of the states have mastered their this thing and that. And here, in our case, the Pakistan has made it as a part of its, as an instrument of state power.
In his address, NIA's Director General Yogesh Chandra Modi said that there is a 90% conviction rate in cases probed by NIA so far. He further said that NIA has issued an alert to states and union territories over terror attacks. The NIA has shared a list of 125 suspects with the concerned states.
अब तक के मामलों में हमारा कन्विक्शन रेट 90% रहा है, जो कि एनआईए के द्वारा जांच संबंधी कार्यों की क्वालिटी का एक उदाहरण है। एक जांच एजेंसी के तौर पर इस मुकाम तक पहुंचने के लिए एनआईए के अधिकारियों व कार्मिकों के साथ राज्यों के पुलिस बलों का महत्वपूर्ण योगदान रहा है। आतंकवाद की जड़ तक पहुंचने के लिए हम सभी विभिन्न एजेंसियों एवं राज्य पुलिस बलों के साथ कटिबद्ध हैं और दर्ज किए मामलों में प्रभावी तरीके से कानूनी कार्रवाई को पूर्ण करना हमारा मूल मंत्र है।
Postpaid mobile services were restored in the remaining areas of Jammu and Kashmir on Monday afternoon. Now, all the cellular postpaid services are functioning normally in the valley. The move comes close on the heels of the government's decision to lift restrictions on movement of tourists in the valley. The valley has nearly 66 lakh mobile subscribers. Partial landline telephony resumed in the valley on the 17th of August, and by the 4th of September, all landlines were made functional. Meanwhile, police and security forces deployed in the region are taking all precautionary measures in view of the restoration of mobile services. According to Jammu and Kashmir's Director General of Police Dilbag Singh, all precautions will be taken to ensure that law and order is not disturbed in the valley. There will be strict monitoring on hate mongers, and deployment of extra forces will be done at strategic locations. Police will also keep an eye on fake news and rumours. While addressing a program in the state, JNK Governor Satyapal Malik said that very soon internet services will be restored in the valley.
टेलीफोन के जरिए ही टेररिज्म की एक्टिविटी बढ़ाई जाती है, मोबिलाइजेशन होता है, इंडोक्ट्रिनेशन होता है। हमारे लिए इन कश्मीरी भाई की जान जरूरी थी, टेलीफोन जरूरी नहीं था। और हमने कामयाबी के साथ सब लोगों की जान बचाई। अब खैर वो टेलीफोन भी खुल गया है, कारोबारी लोग भी आसानी से अपना काम कर सकते हैं, टूरिस्ट ने आना शुरू कर दिया है और अब कोई दिक्कत रहेगी नहीं। जल्दी इंटरनेट भी खुल जाएगा। जब तक इंटरनेट नहीं है, हमने इम्तिहान वाले और बाकी जो लोग हैं उनके लिए सुविधाएं की हैं, कियोस्क खोले हैं, डीसी के यहाँ सुविधा दी है।
People expressed happiness over the restoration of postpaid mobile services in Kashmir.
जो आज ये फ़ोन चालू हुए हैं BSNL या कोई भी पोस्टपेड सिम, तो बहुत खुशी महसूस हो रही है आज, क्योंकि फिर हमें एक दूसरे के साथ बात करनी है।
आज हमें बहुत खुशी हुई है कि नेटवर्क चालू हो गया है और हम आशा करते हैं ये ऐसे ही बरकरार बनी रहे।
Continuing efforts to increase credit disbursement, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman held a meeting with heads of public sector banks to take stock of recent steps taken by the government, including the first phase of the outreach program across 200 districts during the festive season. Addressing the media, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman informed that Corporate Affairs Ministry has a complete list of companies which stated that they owe MSMEs nearly 40,000 crore rupees. Secretary Corporate Affairs and Secretary Banking will ensure that the data in segregated form is given to these banks.
The Corporate Affairs Ministry has a complete list of companies which have stated that they owe MSMEs only, nearly 40,000 crores. That is disclosed by these companies in the MCA website itself. What we've requested banks to, both Secretary Corporate Affairs and Secretary Banking will ensure that the data in all disaggregated form is given to these banks, and the banks shall make an attempt to approach every one of these MSMEs and ask them if they wanted discount, bill discounting, because that's openly claimed by the companies.
On the matter of a bank's merger, Finance Minister said that everything is going smoothly. The bank boards have all been on board. They have taken the necessary steps to keep that process going on smoothly.
Happy to know that on the merger of banks, everything is going smoothly. The bank boards have all been on board. They've taken the necessary steps to keep that process going smoothly. Over and above that, there was one discussion on the IBC related issues.
Speaking on the issue of PMC Bank, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that RBI Governor has given an assurance that he will keep the interest of customers in mind and at the earliest try to resolve the issue.
The Reserve Bank repeatedly has assured me, even today the Governor has assured me, that he will keep the interest of the customers in mind and at the earliest try to resolve it as he goes on with it. You also know the ED has confiscated quite a lot of properties, and those of course will have to go through the process of the court, the judiciary, the PMLA Act and so on. But the fact remains is government has been on its toes in terms of bringing the assets of these promoters of the bank, ED getting them and attaching them, and making sure that the government or the process will not suffer for want of enough assets which can eventually help in paying back the customers.
Addressing the briefing after the meeting, Finance Secretary Rajiv Kumar said that around 81,781 crore rupees disbursement has been made in just 9 days of loan mela by PSBs during the outreach program.
Outreach program was conducted before the Durga Puja, and in those camps from 1st to 9th October, an amount of rupees 81,781 was disbursed in the camps and in the branches.
In those 9 days?
In those 9 days.
The Finance Secretary also said that they saw robust demand during loan outreach program, and around 34,342 crore worth of fresh loans were given to new enterprises. A huge demand from housing, MSME, etc. was also noticed.
New term loan was 34,342 crores. So I also attended a camp, 34,342 crores.
Repeat both the numbers once.
So 81,781 crores in 9 days in the outreach programs in those places plus through the branches, and of which 34,342 crores was for the new entrepreneurs. And there was sufficient demand which was seen at the ground level for housing, for personal loans, for small loans, traders loans, everyone.
Petroleum Minister Dharmendra Pradhan today urged Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and GST Council to make a beginning by bringing aviation turbine fuel and natural gas under the ambit of GST. Addressing the India Energy Forum, the SERA week, the Petroleum Minister said that the government is focusing on making India a low-carbon economy.
On this occasion, I have appealed to the Honorable Finance Minister to look into this concern of our industry. At least natural gas and ATF. In India, aviation industry is emerging and growing in a double-digit, moving towards double-digit growth. And natural gas, where Prime Minister is very conscious about to provide cheap and clean energy to all its citizens. Through our CGD initiative, we are going to cover 70% of Indian population. Looking into that, we have appealed to the Honorable Finance Minister, at least ATF and natural gas should come in the ambit of GST. So,
the Supreme Court has resumed its hearing on the Ayodhya land dispute case after a week-long Dussehra break. On the 38th day today, the 5-judge Constitution bench headed by Chief Justice of India, Ranjan Gogoi, revised the deadline for wrapping up the proceedings. Fixing the schedule for the final arguments, the bench had said that 17th October would be the last day for wrapping up the hearing, when all parties would need to make final arguments about relief that they are seeking. The judgment is likely to be pronounced by the 17th of November, the day the Chief Justice of India will demit office. The Apex Court had commenced day-to-day proceedings in the case on the 6th of August, as the mediation proceedings initiated to find the amicable resolution had failed. The Supreme Court has rejected a public interest litigation seeking linking of social networking platforms like Facebook and Twitter with Aadhaar. The Apex Court observed that a similar matter is pending before the Madras High Court. The top court was hearing a petition filed by Facebook to transfer cases being heard in the High Courts of Madras, Bombay and Madhya Pradesh in connection with the linking of social media profiles with Aadhaar. In its transfer petition, Facebook had said that the cases pending in the High Courts involved similar questions of law and should be heard by the Supreme Court to avoid conflicting judgments. The King of Netherlands, Willem-Alexander, and Queen Maxima met Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi today. The royal couple is on a 5-day state visit to India. Earlier, His Majesty and the Queen were accorded a ceremonial reception at the forecourt of Rashtrapati Bhavan this morning.
But I'd like to thank you very much, Mr. President, for the most beautiful reception here in Delhi this morning. We're very glad to be back. Last state visit 2007, which we joined my mother, and so much has changed in India, and we're very grateful to be able to have another opportunity to see India in its new form in a newly developed world, and to enhance the bilateral relations between the Netherlands and India. So thank you very much for this spectacular reception here this morning in Delhi.
Later, both Dutch royals visited Rajghat and paid floral tributes to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. During the visit, the King of the Netherlands will hold meetings with top Indian leaders to enhance island economic and political cooperation. This is his first state visit to India since he ascended the throne in 2013. They will travel to Mumbai and Kerala after New Delhi. Former Prime Minister H.D. Deve Gowda praised the Prime Minister Narendra Modi for making of the world's tallest statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in Gujarat. He also recalled that Ahmedabad Airport was renamed as Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport, and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Memorial was built in his hometown in Nadiad in Gujarat in the past. These have been brought to a logical end by the construction of the world's tallest statue for the Iron Man of India. He also added that it had been made more attractive and indigenous, and that is why people across the globe are visiting these places and enjoying the beauty of both the Statue of Unity as well as Sardar Sarovar Dam. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed happiness after former Prime Minister H.D. Deve Gowda visited the Statue of Unity. Secretary in the MEA T.S. Trimurthy has said that Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has expressed happiness over India's offer of $30 million line of credit for rice cultivation to Sierra Leone. Vice President also hinted that Indian private sector companies would invest in various projects in Sierra Leone.
Honorable Vice President expressed his happiness at the line of credit of $30 million being extended by India for irrigation and agriculture, $15 million for potable water project, and a grant to set up the Center for Excellence in IT. He also announced that India will extend a new line of credit to construct a new presidential complex. His announcement of opening of a resident Indian mission in Sierra Leone was received enthusiastically. He also indicated that he will encourage the Indian private sector to look at important projects in Sierra Leone, including projects under the PPP model.
Indian origin Abhijit Banerjee won the 2019 Nobel Prize for Economics with other two economists, his wife Esther Duflo and Michael Kremer, for their experimental approach to alleviating global poverty. The research conducted by the 2019 Economic Sciences laureates has considerably improved our ability to fight global poverty. In just 2 decades, the new experiment-based approach has transformed development economics, which is now a flourishing field of research. The prize was created by Riksbanken, the Swedish central bank, in 1968, and the first winner was selected a year later. Over 100 British Indian organisations have written to UK's Labour Party chief Jeremy Corbyn, expressing deep dismay over UK's main opposition party abandoning its long-standing position on Jammu and Kashmir as a strictly bilateral matter of India and Pakistan. The letter by the British India organizations further stated that the emergency motion passed at the recent Labour Party conference is not acceptable as it seeks to interfere in the internal matters of and between third countries and is drafted in a one-sided and divisive manner. The letter said at a time when Brexit has already created deep divisions within our country, the last thing we need is to further divide different communities within the UK, whilst destroying diplomatic relations with the world's largest democracy and long-standing valued strategic partner. Former Indian skipper Sourav Ganguly has filed his nomination for the post of Board of Control for Cricket in India's president, that is BCCI's president, in Mumbai today. He was joined by former BCCI presidents Niranjan Shah, N. Srinivasan and former IPL chairman Rajiv Shukla at the BCCI headquarters. The BCCI elections were scheduled to be held on the 23rd of October, but with Sourav Ganguly being the only candidate to file his nomination for the top post of Indian cricket, he is set to be elected unopposed. A consensus between the state units of BCCI was built during an unofficial meeting on Sunday. Ganguly was unanimously accepted as the presidential candidate by representatives of the state units.
बीसीसीआई के प्रेसिडेंट के तौर और पिछले 3 साल से बीसीसीआई में एक ऐसा सिचुएशन था जैसे आप इमरजेंसी कह सकते हैं, तो उसको ओवरकम किए सारे मेंबर्स ने और ये जो टीम आई है जो 8 लोगों का नाम राजीव जी ने अनाउंस किया, उनके साथ मिलके बीसीसीआई को पहले जैसा लाएंगे, बिकॉज देयर इज लॉट ऑफ वर्क टू डू. इंडियन क्रिकेट स्पेशली एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन हैज़ टू बी द बेस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड एंड दैट्स हाउ इट हैज़ बीन ओवर द इयर्स. फॉर द लास्ट 3 years, as you all know, as I said, it was a type of an emergency situation and hopefully it's going to be normal and smooth functioning from here now on.